Alright.
Boy.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, so I bought the Holy Dragon, and then he thinks I'm the shitter kid, even though I started beating him. So this dipshit started buying out the event. So I don't know what he's going off of based on his story. It's just whatever he decides. But anyways, this is Shroom Chronicles,
And
welcome to
that's fucking
episode
too.
6. Listen to him, he's still going. This is episode 6. We were going to have a special guest of Boring Woo join us, but unfortunately he has other issues and other plans, which is no issues with us. So we are bringing Niiloc with us this episode.
Hello, hello.
If you want to give yourself, well, I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. So it's 8 wide, myself and Crusher are back.
Yo, it's your boy Crush, the myth, the legend, the god. Let's be real, who's really gonna take me down, right, guys?
Probably
Especially
8 wide.
with this new, especially with this new time machine. Oh man,
8 wide, woo. I mean, lots of people in Legend, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Everybody.
Literally most of Legends.
oh, basically only 100 people. So come on, you know how many gods there are? Like, come on, guys, let's be real.
I've taken you down in parking when you have like 8 debuffs.
Ooh, wait till next parking word. You're gonna have a lot of fun. By fun, I mean that's smart.
No, we never have fun when we face you guys.
Alright, so anyhow, Niiloc, if you want to introduce yourself, give yourself a...
Yeah, sure. I'm Niiloc. That's just Colin spelled backwards. Lots of people don't get that. Let's see. I've played a lot of games for a long time. I'm a retired chess player, former professional chess player. I was the director of written content at chess.com for a few years. I got into good old Legend of Mushroom because my son was like, hey, can I download this? And I was like, let me see that. I downloaded it. I let him download it the next day after I played with it. He quit pretty quickly. I didn't. I love it. I think it's a great game. I think it's neat. There's lots of different avenues and stuff. It kind of fits with my background of other similar games I've played. But yeah, this is Niiloc from originally 1490. We merged with 489. Looking forward to the next merge, definitely. And I'm a prophet. Right now I'm around 94 million power, level 158.
Wow.
Weakest person in here by far, I think. Maybe Max. I don't know.
Oh
So
man,
impressive.
Man, we're still roasting me. What the hell? Anyhow, so we'll continue on with the program. So we're gonna talk about state of the game. I think you guys need to stop bullying me.
no, you took a week off and now you're really weak. What could we say?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I did. I took a whole week off, and then it absolutely has put me so far behind. It's kind of sad. I'm losing to a bunch of us kids. Put it that way. So,
well,
go ahead.
Well, you could always buy the time machine and save your face. Save some face.
I think there's in episode 5, which I listened to. By the way, I'm a fan. By the way, stoked to be here. You guys touched upon, like, Max. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to pick on you at all, like, for real.
Yeah,
but you seemed like very down on the game overall. You're talking about like the next merge coming up and how some of the other servers like that you could potentially be matched with may not help anything. Like you had kind of a negative view on the game overall, and it surprised me a little. But it definitely didn't surprise me, like, in the grand scheme of things. Like, all of us, every server, anyone playing this game has experienced a little bit of burnout, if not a lot of burnout. We it seems it's just happening with more and more frequency that people we've played the game with for months and months are just dropping off. Not like flies, but that always sucks. And I was worried that you might be one of those. I don't know how I keep my optimism. I was gonna ask Crusher and 8 wide over here, like, how do you keep your enthusiasm for the game? For me, I just keep setting these goals. Like, I have North Star goals, I have midterm goals, I have short-term goals, and when I hit them, I'm stoked. Like, when we win in Brawl, I'm like, let's go. Like, we just won our 5th Family Brawl season in a row. Like, stuff like that keeps us going.
Now, I'm gonna cut you off. Can I ask you how many servers do you guys have in your brawl?
How many total servers? Checking now. I think it's 4. I could be wrong though. Let's see.
At least you have 4.
I know we have 483, 485, 488, and us minimum. I think that's it though.
Well, so you guys at least have 4. We literally have 3.
Yeah, so it's very different, totally different experience. I get that, but like, and very few people. Like, there's like 2 teams that we don't have to just 3 lane and crush them all. To be fair, but they're not very active. Like, they barely set their lineups if they do. So things are changing, but this game is a game of attrition. Absolutely, right?
Well.
That's why they merged servers.
So
on the other end of that, I'm on the other end of that because our brawls are very competitive. We spoke about this last week. The first 100 servers are, they're merged, so there might be 17 or 18 servers, but that is what our brawl is: 17 or 18 servers worth of families, and it gets quite competitive. So it's a little discouraging for me to hear that you only have 3 or 4 servers for a brawl, which is one of our. It's exciting for our family. There's a bunch of people get in. I set up the brawls for our family, and right now we're first. We've been top 3 for the last few seasons, but we all get together and we watch and different strategy. You really do need to have a strategy and set it up a couple minutes right before it locks down. So it's a little discouraging for me to hear that your experience isn't the same as ours. Not gonna lie.
Well, did the servers in your family brawl ever change?
Yeah, so I've had 2 merges. This is my second merge was in November. The original server that I started on was 1091, and it was with Code and I. He's another warrior. We started together, and before our first merge, our family, it was pretty much just Code and I were the power, and then just the brawl was just bodies. I mean, we were struggling. We had 20 active players maybe on the entire server before the first merge. Yeah, so we just participated and that was it. Our first merge, we merged with Hollow, Quality, and let's see, it was 1080 and 1097, and Loki, Heli, and a bunch of players. And so what keeps me going is the social environment of the game. Believe it or not, I mean, I could have quit a long time ago, but I really enjoy the people and the bonds that I've made playing this game, and that's what makes it fun. Is we do get together for brawl. We cheer each other on. We watch the lanes for the tournament. There's because usually a couple of us in the top 8. We cheer and bet. So it really is it's the social aspect for us. That's, I think, what keeps a lot of the top 100 players in it. And once one quits, it's kind of like a domino. You lose one of your friends, and that's it. You don't really find another reason to play.
And I think that's probably around the phase I'm at, because I'm behind, Crusher and Max as well. Like, it's reaching out outside of your server, reaching out to these. They have a fantastic cross-server Discord, but finding other people, like the people that either beat you every week or that I've caught up to this guy, I've overtaken this person. Reaching out and expanding beyond just the server you're in, I think, is important for longevity, if that's something that interests you. If not, then yeah, it's why a lot of people quit, I think.
Absolutely.
But I think that also gives us all something to look forward to, because we're gonna have more merges. That'll change Family Brawl. It rejuvenates, hopefully. Hopefully, it can potentially rejuvenate a server. Who knows who you'll pick up? I don't know. I don't know.
For us, it's going to be the ultimate test to see, because it's make it or break it for our server. I'm pretty sure, depending on this merge. It's how many players.
Yeah, and for me, it was I lost a lot of friends recently, and I was really on my way out as well, until I found 8 who kind of I talked about Legendary because I was one of the first generations to get there. But at the same time, I was like, I bet I can cut this fat, because one of the goals I had set was stay in Legendary. And let me talk to her, see if I can cut. I was just trying to find someone to help cut the fat, and she really did open my eyes to outside the box thinking. And weeks later, and here I am, like in the process of making this new time machine build that can be like the new meta for warriors, and even even trying to spread hints about it. The cookie cutter players on Discord are shooting it down, but give it some time, and I'm sure they'll be like, oh yeah, this is the only way to go. Like why? And I'll make sure to step in to say I told you so. But really right now is I'm focused on staying in legendary, which tonight will be my first night that I get stay in legendary. So
Nice.
I'll be the first for my generations to stay in legendary uh, for consecutive
So
sessions.
I
So
think
that's
I've
another
seen.
big.
I think Matsu's been there, but you were definitely the first of the people plus or minus 20, 25 numbers in terms of server that made Legend, and that was huge. Like when you hit it, it made me go, oh, maybe I don't have to stay stranded in Elite forever. Like that was a really big deal. We were in an Elite group together not terribly long ago. Um, and I was just, it was like you and Cold Pulse one day. We're 1 and 2, and I was like, ha! And I hit up Grumpy. Grumpy's our family leader. He's it's actually Giraffic Sark. He's been in Legend a couple of times.
Stop
His
it. I have him in cross server.
he's originally I believe 1014. And I don't remember who they merged. I think they merged with 10 like with O2, like
He's in
1002. I could
too.
be wrong.
Yeah, yeah. He was with Divinity. He was probably in family with Divinity and
Yeah,
Trogdor. And
I'm gonna be
they
partnering
quit.
with
Yeah,
I'm gonna be partnering with his main for the upcoming Shroomy tournament. No, Grumpy rules. Shout out to Grumpy 100%. Sorry if I'm monopolizing this conversation. I'm a really, really poor substitute for Woo, obviously, but yeah.
and sorry that I yelled at you in cross server, Jurassic. Sorry about that.
And I actually know Jurassic. I don't know if it was elite or if I saw him legendary, but he was like top 5 with me in this last elite coming up, and then he attacked me like right on the last day, and I'm like, and he lost. And I'm like, oh, I could beat him, so I attacked him back. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. We were chatting about that one day. Yeah, but like seeing stuff like that, like seeing people that we fight in cross in number one and number two. I don't think Cold Pulse moved up, but there was a time like I screenshotted. I was like, hey, I know those guys. They're 1 and 2 in Elite. They're moving up. Screenshot, and then I realized, oh, it's like day two. But you made it up, and now you're staying. Like that's huge. That's really huge.
That is
It's
huge because I'll tell you, the people in Legends, they hammer those at the bottom of the ranks. I mean, they hammer the shit right out of them. You start with 1,000 points, and by the last day, right before reset, some of them have 600 points. I mean, they just get absolutely slaughtered. So it is impressive that you stayed in Legends. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, and for some reason I didn't get bullied that much. Like right off the get go, I used all 10 attacks and I got 10 kills, and I was like ranked number around top 10 like the first day, and then just gradually it was moved on down. As you guys took your rightful places. I just want to see what it was like, see how clean it was, keep it warm
Do
for
you
you guys.
sit? Do you sit in your bun build in cross server? Is that your defense build,
No,
or is it? Oh,
it's my hot dog build. I don't use regen at all. I despise regen.
yeah, because a lot of people won't hit warriors in regen.
Oh, you know what it is though? My just it's my hot dog build, but sitting around and waiting, and like my practice build would be the regen. So they see my regen stats. It'll
Yeah.
show regen, but I'm not using regen. And then also I wanted to mention
You
that for the
despise,
merge.
you despise regen. It just makes me cringe. Like I've had a cringe face over here for a little while because I love regen, but profit regen for the win. That's all I'm gonna say.
Are you Prophet? I thought
No,
you
I
were
I
Warrior.
No, I'm profit. I've been mage from day one. I switched to Dark Lord for a little bit when it got that bump and whatever update. Um, but yeah, I've been profit regen now for some time. So yeah, you all hate me because you're warrior. I get it, and I'm really glad the damage
Oh
resistance
no, no.
changed in the last update because that was really terrible for I don't know how long that was.
Yeah, I'm not. I was shitting on those mages for 5 days. I took every opportunity to shit on every mage that has attacked me for the last 7 months, and I was walking all over them. and then there was a random update, and I'm back to where I was. They saw how powerful we could be, and they said, not today. Nope.
So that's what that was. I'm like, I don't know why I didn't notice it, but I was crushed on mages, and now I'm like, meh. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, see, if it wasn't for that weird update, I probably never would have bothered Woo, like, in messages. I was like, I'm losing to warriors. I'm losing to people that I normally don't lose to. Like, you know what's going on? There's like very early messages with him. He's super cool. Helped me with like almost every question I had. Changed my overall perspective on a lot of things, but yeah, it was like the next day or whatever that the update happened, things went back to normal, and I can just, not having trouble with warriors anymore, as long as they're close to my power level, not like you monsters in here, but yeah.
Those were the best days of the game for me.
Yeah, but they didn't fix it
the good old days. The good old days 4 days ago.
Warrior versus Archer is the same. Like, they didn't fix it for us. Like, what the heck, man?
Well, anything that's anti-Archer, they're never gonna touch. Come on, I'm the newbie here. Even I know that.
I know that, but we just still don't like to admit it.
I gotta. We have movie night friends come. We have friends come over every night or every Saturday for movie night, and we did it like a little gift exchange at the end of the year. And I got a Legend of Mushroom shirt, and the first thing I thought of doing was just putting a big X over the Archer, because they have like a little Archer mushroom and a little, little mage and a little warrior.
Hell yeah,
but yeah.
I support them 100%.
Yep.
And then resell it as your own shirt and make money.
Yeah, they did Warriors dirty with this update. I'm still thinking about 5 days ago, just crushing all those profits.
Whatever they did, like for those days, everything just felt very strange and very off. And
it was horrible for everybody. For everybody. I mean, it was bad.
Oof. Anyway, I'm glad it happened, or else I wouldn't have bothered Woo. And so yeah, that turned out nice. And now here I am replacing him. Poor replacement, I'll say again.
I would say poor. It doesn't matter who you are. Yeah,
But, so it's irrelevant. Yeah, okay. I'm irrelevant. That's fair. I can take that.
No, you're
you're
up and coming.
Between Niiloc and Max, who wins the arena battle between Max and Niiloc?
I don't know anymore.
Probably Niiloc.
Oh,
I haven't fought him in a while. I will say this, because we've only fought in Parking Wars and Showdown, or not Showdown, Parking Wars. And Max owned me for quite some time. I don't know if I fought him recently.
I don't think so. I think we were facing each other as the week that I took off.
I see.
So that
let this be a lesson, kids. Don't ever take a week off. Just log in and do your dailies.
Yeah, literally.
The reunion trip. What is it? The frame or whatever looks pretty neat.
It doesn't.
But I don't think it's worth it.
Hell no, it's not.
Yeah.
It does not catch you up. The amount of red feathers that you lose, you get so screwed.
So you get like what is it, like 166 times 3?
Not enough.
Times 7. It's
It's
just
under 1,400 a week.
Yeah.
What's a battle? That's a pass.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Because it's 198 a day.
The only time that reunion thing would be beneficial is like literally the beginning of the server. I think that's about it. Before Dark Trials becomes unlocked.
Yeah.
That's the only time it's beneficial. Beyond that, it's a waste.
The only time reunion trip is beneficial is the only time that no one will ever do it.
Correct.
Because they're playing the game for the first time.
Absolutely.
That tracks.
But just to go back on that, dailies are important. It doesn't matter if you only log in for like a couple minutes, maybe every 8 or 10 hours, just to collect keys and park. you will be so much further ahead just doing that than like whaling on an event. You know, it's just the little things to keep you ahead. That's all it takes. It doesn't. You don't have to spend a lot of money to stay ahead.
There was someone in my server. I'm just gonna name him because I like him. Slow. If you're listening, Slow Way. He was complaining about the game, like, oh, I have to spend so much money to keep up my build. I have to spend, every event. No, you don't. You don't have to spend. I mean, I don't know. It's not like you all would know better, obviously, but to me, it doesn't feel like you have to spend that much. Like, I buy like a key. I buy like the key pack every day. It's the only thing I buy for sure. If mounts come and they're not going to help me, don't buy them. I mean, I don't understand this mentality. Absolutely, there are aspects of the game that are pay to win. You have to have the Dark Trials card. Okay, you got to have that pass. But like, I don't understand this mentality that some people have, at least in my server. I can't speak for others, where it's like, oh, you're only good because you pay money or something like that. I've never truly understood that at this phase of the game. At the very beginning, you can get ahead quickly if you're going to whale the hell out, sure. But that doesn't last forever. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong.
But that front loading, like that front load spending, it really doesn't make too much of a difference in the long run. Like there are a lot of things that I spent on in the beginning. You know, those 1,000% 99-cent packs. Everything that they push it, they want to make you think is a great value. You don't need any of that.
Waste.
Yeah,
Always.
and yeah, you don't need those. To break it down, $20 would probably cover everything for the month that you need, and that's it. And it's not a competition. It's not you're good because you spend money. Well, 120 million power, but there are people that were, for instance, maybe 130 power that are bad. Having a high power number doesn't make you good. Just be good for your power. If you're 70 million, be good for 70 million. Beat a 75 million. That's what it's not a competition to who has the higher power. It's just be good for your power. That's it. Let me worry, in brawls, let me worry about fighting the other 120 millions. I'm not going to expect somebody who's 80 million to do that, but you better beat somebody who's 75 million. Be good for your power.
You hear that, Ron Baum from 1464? You piece of shit. Nope.
Ron Baum, I know that name. We have them in cross right now.
I hope you shit on them. They're from Pokemon.
Yeah, I've beaten him the times that I see him in my history because he, I'm getting mostly guard kills just sitting in regen. I don't know. We have right now we have 464, 465, and 461, and we were first. Now we're second. We're gonna lose to 464. Cold Pulse is good. They have other players also.
64, they're dead.
You
guys have more numbers.
It's probably Machu or Mochi and Anchu that's just carrying them.
It's let's see. It's Anchu, Ika or Ika. I can't pronounce her name.
Oh yeah, that's Mochi.
461 really has power is really good, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who else is in 6-4.
6-4 is Cold Pulse and Cold Pulse and Cold Pulse.
Yeah, there you go.
No, that's 6-5, not 6-4.
You're right. 65.
Yeah, 6-5 Cold Pulse. Yeah, 6-5 Cold Pulse.
So 64 is Mochi or Ike, whatever her name is, EKI, Anchu.
Anchu, yeah.
And Rev, I don't know if Rev actually still plays on that account or his alt.
Rhoda G, I see here, higher up in these kills. Anyway.
Yeah, but
so when your all's next server merge happens, you can't merge with them with a 464 or 465, or you can. I don't know how any of those rules work.
We don't know 100%. The rumors that we were told is that because they're on a different rush event than what we are, because they're a week ahead and they're a week ahead of us, that they won't merge our two servers because of that. Which I find
that sucks.
Odd, but
you'll get the Spanish servers.
But here's the thing.
We'll see, and
there's no Spanish servers left because they all merged to Amens in our generation.
Every single one?
Every single one.
Yep.
We have no
They're all
Spanish.
gone. They're already merged with us.
Yeah, we have no Spanish servers left in our generation. They're an 80s generation and 60s. They're all gone. It's all amen.
And the new ones, they don't even make Spanish servers. They're trying to make a unified server with everyone, regardless of time zone.
Yep.
Interesting. I mean, the story of my little server, 490, was great. We had a really great mixture of vets, second encounters, Giraffic Sark. On our server, he's Grumpy. He's our family leader. MJ, if you're listening, probably not. She left a long time ago. But we had Bunny, same thing. We had a great mix of whales and then newcomers. Choppa, he's going by Ryu now. We had just a really great mix. Gatekeeper, Hawk. We had all these great players. Lots of activity. Everything was booming. When the merger happened, it almost felt like we got punished because we were winning all of our sales, or most of them. We won both of the sales, season 1, season 2 sale. We were winning parking wars most of the time. Everything was easy for us, like, because we just had a lot of power and activity. And then we got, 6138, 6140. They brought us ducks. Couple good strong players. Anti-Clan, strong guy. He's in our family now. Anti-Clan, you rule. But in 49, which is, my partner Buttercup is from, there was a guy named Fox who was their big whale. He quit. They were, I'd say, more of a mid server. Like, they had good activity and a really strong, like, collection of players, but none that, like, stood out in, cross stuff. And now, none of the people from the Spanish servers really play, minus a handful, very small handful. A lot of the people from original 490 just aren't around. It's Choppa's still wrecking people. I'm around. But it's mostly people from 489, the original 489, that are just kind of keeping us kicking and alive till we get to the next server merge. But it's tough. Like, we sailed against 495. I thought it would be easy. No. Ghost from 495 is a monster. They have Angel. They have Pokey. Like, their server merge was one strong whale or two from each server, from 3 servers, and then a super active server where we got to already basically dead servers, and then like a middling server that had good activity. And we need the next one. Like, it's getting harder and harder. Like, we just got to level 11 for family, and we're at 93 out of 94. We can't even find a 94th person at this exact moment. I'm sure we will before Brawl starts, but yeah.
I'm just gonna
Hey, if it makes you feel better, I just soloed all of 95 this morning on Parking Wars, and my final kill was Fallen Angel or whatever his name is with a 10% debuff, and they were awful. If that makes you feel better.
Awful to you. They wrecked us in sale. Ghost was just zipping around like a crazy man. It was too much.
But
Ships is different. Ships is way different.
Yeah, for sure. I'm also gonna throw this perspective, Niiloc. You guys are level 11, and you're 1489, correct?
Yeah, 49. Yeah.
We are 1474. We are level 10 and nowhere near level 11.
I
Okay.
mean,
Our generation sucks. It's dead.
Yeah, like unlike 95, where they got all the power hitters together, we did not get the active players to come with it. We got dead players.
Yeah,
just all big hitters.
Yep.
I see.
And
you want a little perspective?
And we lost a lot of big hitters too on the way.
Go ahead, 8.
So our family is going to be level 15 probably in the next 2 weeks.
Level 50. Good old 8 wide putting everything in perspective for us. We're just stoked to get like our 3rd elder title and 3rd family treasure. You probably, how many do you have in level 50? How many elders and treasures?
So it's the same. So it's a level 14 family. We'll be level 15 is the cap, and we have 106 family members. Yeah, in about 2 weeks we'll probably.
I thought you said level 55-0. I was like, oh my god, that
exists.
exists?
No, 15. No, 15 is the cap.
Sorry, still insane, obviously, but like, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
imagine family size is the whole server.
Yeah. Yeah, well, pretty much, yeah. But this is, again, this is our second merge. So when I went back and asked the other family members, I think there were 11 servers that have combined into ours now total.
11
so
total.
that's what. Yeah, that's what's left out of 11 is 100 and, we'll say maybe 100 and, well, no, probably 106 players because some of them are not active. We just keep them in there for Brawl, but yeah, probably about 100 active members on the server. And
I mean,
that's what's left. That's what's left from 11 servers. So
yeah. So that, Max, if I can ask you directly,
Yeah.
Pressure, I'd like your thoughts too. Like, hearing that doesn't give you hope, because that gives me hope. Like, our second merge, we could get a good merge and like be active and like things like everything's fun and new again. And but I don't know. I'm curious about Max's thoughts on that. You're just like, nah, the next merge is gonna suck and the game's gonna die.
Well,
is that where you're at?
Here's the thing: we don't know what they're doing. We don't know.
Yeah.
With the rumor of, because 64, like I said, they're a week ahead, and then you also have the 80s and the 90s, the 80s and the 90s, because you're a week behind us in the Rush event. The 90s, they're 2 weeks behind us. I don't think they're going to merge us with the 1500s. I can't imagine that, because then you're just going to unbalance the entire generation there. Right? So
Yeah, and I was telling Max that I feel like one scenario that we didn't plan for that could happen is that we don't get the 60s that we wanted. They don't even give us the 70s, and they start merging with all the 80s and the 90s into the 70s to give us more numbers to our power hitters. Like, yeah, we wouldn't get messed if we want, but that would probably save the longevity of the service.
Do not underestimate anything these devs will do. If it doesn't make sense, that's what they'll do. I'm telling you right now.
Hopefully that's...
You can ask for...
Good.
That's what's happened. I mean, every single time. Every single time. Server 1, 10.0.0.1, server 1. They had a couple of strong whales, but not a very active server. And their merge was 3 dead Spanish servers. That's what they got.
Oh, so and 002, they didn't even get a merge, correct? The first time.
Well, the first time they didn't get a merge, but the second time, there was Cinder and Dabs and I know Mommy Soul, and they, adamant and posting on the official Discord, and okay, yeah, everybody was excited for a merge. That was a lot of people's last little glimpse of light for the game, and the second round of merges really broke a lot of servers. Fortunately, we got a good merge. I was on 1080. We did not think we were going to get a decent merge at all, because we were already fairly quite a few whales, and the activity was a little low, but we got 3 good servers that merged into ours. But yeah, like I said, 10.0.0.1, they got the short end of the stick there, and they've quit now. Most of the players, when you face them in Brawl, I think they've enacted a new Brawl rule for families with inactive members. I don't know if you've seen that, but only the top 30, I'm guessing power-wise, inactive players are placed automatically in the Brawl. So
yeah,
we faced them in Brawl, and I think there were only 40 people, just whatever was left. But the server merges will break some servers. They will. You just gotta either hold out and hope for the best, or say, well, this is it,
I'm terrible at silver linings, but it could also, like what happened with your server, it could also be really positive. It could be, yeah, because we were expecting a horrible merge. Honestly, we were, because we were quite strong. I mean, we were winning a lot of events, had quite a couple players in Legends, so we were not expecting a merge of anything, but we really lucked out. And, a lot of great players too, socially, I mean, really nice people. And, the server flows real well. We all get along. And that's what's also kept us together.
I think for as long as we have to, it makes the game kind of fun.
For sure.
But
So
it could go one of two ways. That's it.
all right, you pretty much said it for me. It's like, we could have a phenomenal merge, or we can have a shit merge. If we have a shit merge, I'm gonna go down, do my dailies, and hit my crossover arena, and I'm off the game. That's literally what it's gonna be.
So you don't have a goal, like personal goals for your own account, like I want to hit legendary someday?
Yeah. My personal goal is to
Wants
shit
to
on
beat me.
Crusher.
Oh, to beat.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a shitter kid.
So that's everyone's goal. I raised all you little skins up.
Okay.
I brought y'all up to try to beat me, and y'all failed, but it's all right. It's all right. One day.
I was part of.
I know you're not talking to me.
No. I said young servers.
Yeah. It's your boy getting crushed. I ain't wide. Get out of here. Sit down.
If I recall correctly, my boy Chopper took you down in Parking Wars when you had your regen build on. Just saying.
My regen builds suck because they don't have pages for souls, so it has PvP souls.
That sounds like a lot to me. I have to deal with that. I'm a prophet regen. I don't attack with my regen tree. Come on. Everybody's got to change your souls, or you choose not to. It sounds like an excuse. That's all I'm saying. I think Choppa took you down. I just saying.
Called out.
Regen build. I don't even know how to play regen build.
But you hate regen. Why?
Exactly.
It's boring.
Because it's like a cheesy way. It's a cheesy, boring way to win, and like you're just stalling people. I'm like, what the heck? It's no fun.
It's the reason I chose Prophet, not Regen. But like, I can't stand games with my chess background, especially some first-person shooters and stuff. My playing style has always been to do my best to control whatever I can. And playing as a mage, I can choose if I want a fast fight, if I want a long fight, something in between. And the tool that's allowed me to do that the best is Regen, without a doubt. If I'm attacking an archer, right? I'm swinging at an archer. I'm going to use time statue and I'm going to use disarm, right? So I can make that fight last longer. I can even take people hostage in showdown, and like just to make my attack really low and make them sit there for 2 full minutes. And that sucks when they're trying to invade. It doesn't make any difference, but there was that level of control that at least I have the perception that I have, where I can make some decisions where it's like archer versus archer. Okay, go. Okay, blitz is done and somebody won. Okay, I can't really tell. Okay, let me look at their stats. Who had higher crit res? Who had higher combo res? Okay, that's probably why they won. I don't get that stuff. Warrior, I don't understand. Like, my brain doesn't work that way. I've spent my whole life trying to avoid getting hit. So playing a class where you have to get hit in order to deal your damage, I'm just like, no, I don't understand that. I'm just rambling. Yeah,
it's a personality thing. But no, I think I equate regen mostly to. You guys ever play Yu-Gi-Oh?
Nah.
Okay. Well,
No.
there's a deck style. It's the Exodia one. Basically, literally your opponent just sits there and just draws cards, discards cards, draws card like through the whole game until he pulls out. Literally on turn 1, he'll just get it and win. Just by going for a second, it doesn't matter, and you're just sitting there like, not fun.
Well,
like,
do you play other TCGs like Magic or One Piece or anything like that? I mean, that's classic blues control builds, and that's what the closest thing to profit is in this game. You're trying to stop your opponent's threats while you slowly develop yours until you win. That's regen. It's awesome.
Oh no, they went on.
You could, be a big fat Blissey and a Shuckle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was my only goal when I started. I literally wanted to be as fat and annoying as possible. That was it. That was my goal.
Hey, wait, I should know this, but I don't. By the way, congrats. I saw you top forward last Shroomy tournament. That's super sick. But I don't remember if you do regen or not.
I do. Not a typical regen build though. Not a straight counter regen build. It's a little different.
Okay.
It's a tournament build. It's not a straight. It's definitely not a 1 versus 1 build. It's a tournament build that I've built to work with.
Oh, you
with
fancy!
BAP.
Oh, you fancy
Yep.
people!
Yep.
She won't admit it, but she created the bun build. Okay, she created the regen, and not enough people are giving her credit for it. So she's the one who started the trend before it was cool.
I was, yeah. When it first awakened, everybody went Axe Warrior, and I went Bun, and that's it. It was one of the first stages, and then back. I mean, Jeepers regen was probably when you had 2%. That was a lot. The only other person I saw with a counter regen build was Microdose from, I think, the 120s. That was the only other person I ever saw with one. Yep.
And then her husband Code has dog build, complete opposite extreme.
Yeah.
And he's like going to be he's literally the top warrior, like DPS build. And then here I come along with, as a hybrid, and I combined the bun and the dog, and I created the hot dog build. And I joined it, the hot dog bun. I trended the hot dog bun, guys.
Well, that's what Code and I, together Code and I are a hot dog. He's the dog and I'm the bun. That's why we're married.
And I'm their child. They birthed me, the hot dog.
When they were like 1 year old.
Both their advice.
Yeah, with the biggest headed baby you ever saw.
Oh yeah, she was like big head.
Yeah. All head, no body. Yeah.
Through their guidance, I have become their child. Yes, I am their Padawans.
But yeah, it's warrior, especially a sage warrior. You have to choose, kind of. I mean, Crusher's decided to go down the middle. We'll see how that works out in a month or two. But from my experience, you have to go one extreme or the other, especially with a stage warrior. You're gonna take the hits or you're gonna deal the damage. As far as berserkers, I haven't really. They're average, I'd say, right now.
I was talking about the same idea because with Keller. Keller, what's up, dude? He's the top warrior on our server, and he's been having a really strong defensive like regen build for our levels, and now he's switched to like it's really cool DPS build using the new time machine. So hey, Crusher, you should totally pass on all your notes to Keller, by the way, about that.
It's a sacred build, and it will not happen. Good luck.
Still trade secret. But I would tell you this, that this hot dog build it's not so much regen. It is the DPS, but it focuses more on damage mitigation than it does regen. So you're think more of our MMORPG HP tanks. That's kind of what you have to go with / DPS, because there's no healing or regen at all, and it's just full damage mitigation. Because that's what complements the time machine the most. Because you have to sit there and think like, oh, well, this does a lot of damage for me, but how can I survive Cheetah? And it's like, oh, okay, well, what's surviving Cheetah? I see Prophet Regen's surviving it, but in the moment, the regen isn't saving them. It's the HP and the crit resistance. That's what's really stopping Cheetah. So, it's a give and take of balancing that, but mostly HP. If you can't get damage mitigation across the board, literally HP is your damage mitigation for everything. So you just gotta stack HP and damage at the same time.
You hear that, Keller? You got some secrets.
I like it. Yeah. A lot of people are knocking it, but I really like the time machine. There haven't been many items lately that I've thought, that's a game changer. Need to get that. Might be able to utilize that. But the time machine was. No regrets about that. And for those that don't have the cheetah, those that don't have the cheetah, I mean, before the event is over, I would suggest it if you spend. If not,
Why not get what will eventually beat the cheetah, which it does beat the cheetah. You just got to build around it. If you just swap, if you have cheetah now and you just put it on time machine, you're like, I died. It sucks. Like, no, because you got to build around it.
Not true.
Oh, for you,
That is
you have a bunch of HP. Come on.
that is not true. No, in my crit counter build against Code, I fought him in my crit
You
counter
just
build
swapped that?
because I swapped the cheetah for the time machine, and because he had asked me, "What do you think about it?" I said, "Oh, I don't know. Let me just try it and see how it is." I don't, I didn't really
Oh, you
have
know what it is?
I
I
didn't
know
have
what
high
it is.
hopes for it, so I put on the
No,
time machine. Go on. What
you
do you think I
can do
did?
that. No, you can do that because he's warrior. But
Yeah.
against archer, I did that against an archer and I still died to two because they're favored to the deaths. That's the
I
only
last
difference.
I lasted longer against some of the archers that blast me. They still I still had probably a second left on the cheetah. Had I built around it a little better instead of just a one versus one to one swap, maybe it would have survived. But I,
Oh, there,
we're,
keyword built around it. Built around it. Keyword right there.
yeah. If you have to build around it, you have to do some twerking, but it is a good mount. One of the better ones that they've put out since the cheetah.
All right.
Absolutely.
So we spent about 46 minutes on the first topic, and we got 4 topics tonight. So let's go on to the next. We're going to talk about the tournament. Since 8 Wide and Crusher, I know you two are going to be in it, and I know Niiloc has said something about it as well. So,
Ooh, starting at the top. Oh, I'll give this advice, Nyla. Definitely you make the team because
Yep.
the
Yep.
first day around is what the server that created it. So
I
me
picked that
title
up.
message. I love.
I literally picked that little nugget of wisdom up on last episode of the Chronicles. Yep.
true fan right there, guys.
Yeah, way to go! Congratulations, you passed the test.
Yes.
Yes, there we go. I listened to all of it, all 2 hours of awesome.
It's going to be a reoccurring guest star here.
Especially if he wins. That's how he did it.
Woo over me, because anyway. My real quick about Shroom Tournament, because I don't have anything to add to this. Really, I partnered with Choppa last time. We got to first round and lost every single match, every single one, in the round of 128 or whatever.
To the 128.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations!
It was first time I'd ever made it there, but yeah, I didn't win not a single one. I think we were in group 14.
It's the experience.
Yeah, it was nice to get there. It's kind of like that mid-major random team in college basketball that gets to make the tournament. That was us. We're like, we're here. Oh, we lost by 35, but we're here. We made
Honestly, the best thing about the tournament really isn't even participating. It's the betting coins. That's the best part of the tournament. I don't care if I get knocked out early, but I get real pissed if I lose my betting coins. I don't care if I don't make top 128, but
yeah, so betting becomes a lot.
Yeah.
Betting has become a lot harder.
Make sure you tell me your teammates I bet on you this time, 8Y, because you worked a lot.
Yeah, I ended up with over like 450,000 tournament coins because nobody had any faith. Nobody had any faith in me, suckers.
Right.
Yeah. 1-2 5-time rounds, and then got smashed by Zico and Concrete, and had to change my name. But, thanks, Zico. Zico's my daddy or Zaddy for almost a week. But yeah, it is, and that's what being in Legends kind of gives you a little sneak peek. So when you see the team compositions, you know who's good and you know what's going to work and what's not going to work. And you go, oh, okay, he's weak against archers. I can beat him. This one's weak. Because you've battled them so many times that you kind of have a little advantage being in Legends. You know the players that are going to be at the top, so it makes the betting a little easier. But yeah, I get real pissed when I lose my tournament coins. Last season I think I lost it all on Woo. Woo, thank you for no coins.
Too.
Yeah, me too.
I think at the very end of the tournament when it was all said and done, I think I bought one lamp key. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I didn't bet on the finals. I didn't know I've been betting on Zeka and Concrete for the last tournament since Wu got that random loss. I don't remember in which group phase it was.
Oh, the one that looked like they took a dive.
Yeah, that one. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna spread it around a little more
Just do the 60-40. Just do the 60-40 bet. You're always going to come out on top.
See, smart, because you get half the tokens back that if you lose.
You get half, yeah. Truffle butter, yeah. Truffle butter in my family told me that. I can't take credit for that, but do the 60-40 bet, and you will come out on top. So
deal.
Don't not bet. Yeah, always bet. Like, do not think, oh, I'm not going to bet because I don't know. Just do the 60-40. You'll come out on top.
Do you know how many people
You're
are
either
going to
gonna-
60-40 bet now because of that? Everybody.
And they're going to change the rules because of it.
That's fine. I think the tournament's rigged anyways. I'm going to say it. It's rigged. They already know who's going to win.
Okay.
There were matches. Yeah, there were matches that I won that I shouldn't have won, but only because we were the underdog. You know, they don't want to see a bunch of people get a whole bunch of coins and buy stuff in the tournament shop. They want them to spend money on that. So, you know, there's always going to be an underdog that wins, and it's been that way now for the last probably 4 tournaments.
So can I ask you a genuine question? The first time that Zika and Concrete won, was that a legitimate win?
Yeah.
Because there was speculation, because I know that Boring Woo...
Because it was Moose?
No.
It was Moose and Woo. But yeah, it was Moose and Woo,
but wasn't it Woo running another class, but running Mage? I think he was running Archer and then had Mage skills on.
So it doesn't matter what you see.
Okay.
Here it is when you compare and look at, you know, the stats of somebody in the tournament.
For sure.
That's the class and the gear that they have synced. That's it. It's locked in right there. You can change classes and do anything else you want. That's all locked in there. So, you know, if he had a Prophet set synced and then changed to Archer, it'll say that he's an Archer with Prophet stats.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what happened when Woo and Moose lost to Concrete and Zico, and everybody said that they were throwing on purpose. But then you said something last episode that I didn't realize, that you guys can't bet on yourself.
No, we can't bet on ourselves in the top. No, once you hit that top 8, you can't bet on yourself. So it doesn't matter.
Yep.
You know.
Unless you got real life money for it. Ooh. That's good.
Yeah. And the thing, you know, and this goes back to what I was saying before, be good for your power. Moose has a lot of power. You know, I won't take, he had a lot of base stats and a lot of power. Yep. But he could have been built better. There were a lot of people with lower power beating him. And team tournaments, it's totally different, you know. In that situation, they annihilated Moose, and it becomes a 2 versus 1. So you have the number 2 ranked 2 and 3 player versus the number 1 ranked player. And you know, at that point, it's a 2 versus 1. So no, I think they won that legitimately. Absolutely. So they're very strong. They're very strong.
Very. I don't think you guys are going to separate those two for a while.
No.
Go ahead.
They're cool dudes too. Yeah, no, they're cool. And Concrete has a 5-star bow, so you know he hits hard.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
You just compare. You can see the 25% crit.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can just look at the stats. I'm gonna throw a curveball. This was Crusher's idea. Because the game, this is way off topic, but because the game is a little dry and it's so repetitive, maybe they should add 2's Arena as another ranking system instead of Crossover Arena. You have duos, maybe even trios. You know. Just for fun.
That would be really cool. My partner,
yeah. This is Crusher's idea, not mine.
I think that would be badass. My partner Buttercup, you rule, by the way, Buttercup. But she brought up the same thing. Like you can even keep the same server arena or whatever, leave that, but add something else where we can practice 2v2s more. Like it's not just a Shroom tournament where most, 99.99% or whatever of newer servers can't even compete. Like, oh, I'm level 120, I'm in it, yay! But they don't have fun. They're not, they're not really doing anything, and there's no way to practice it. So
So basically, what idea I had, it's basically the same concept as Souls Arena, but you join a team and then you start at the bottom and you literally work your way up, just like in solos. But you can have trios as well. And then if you switch teammates, you start at the bottom again. You have to stay together or you lose your rank.
See, I look at everything in this game under the lens of like PvP. Like I don't like PvE content. I switched to Archer just because I have to, out of necessity, every Wednesday night / Thursday when Cross is off. But I think that would still be cool and it would still be neat. It just sounds more like, if it's like that, then it's more of like Cloud Ascensions type of stuff. I don't know. I want like arena style 2-on-2. That would be sick.
That's what it is. That's what I said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant like Soul Trial.
No, Cross Arena. No, it's Cross Arena, but 2v2 or 3v3.
Okay, sorry. My apologies. I completely misunderstood your last statement. My apologies. Yeah, that would be cool.
I'd like to see a tournament, where you take, for instance, all of each rank. I'll use Legends as an example. You put the number 1 and number 100 player together. They're a team. And
9 all the way through the middle.
Yeah, go right all the way through the middle, and then have some sort of handicap, like no pink skills. Something. So you have to use your brain a little bit, or a cap on something.
So
just mix it up.
Yeah, so
like different. Yeah.
So it's not so direct.
Different modes. Yeah.
Basically, let's cap everybody at this HP, this defense, this attack, and all right. I guess that wouldn't work either. So, I guess cap everybody at 50 levels on each pink soul, and that's what you get. Is that what you're trying to get towards, 8-Wide?
Oh no, I was saying like,
no pink.
For instance, like no pink skills, no pink pals, So you have to use like orange or purple. Use something different. Everybody's using a blitz, a slashes. Just spice it up. Use your brain a little bit.
Yeah. So what that?
Or what if it's like? Oh, sorry, real quick. What if it also is like, everyone gets minus 30% attack speed this week, or plus that kind of push you towards another class, or push you towards like a different build, or think outside the box, or maybe it gives you a random buff and you kind of have to build around that buff, and people start making you build. Right. Oh, you get this multiplier this week.
Different. Just random teams and just random, just something different. Yeah. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, for sure. I've been saying it.
Just something to bet on, something to spend coins on, something.
Because I've said it for a while now. It's the game's dry to me, unfortunately. I know we kind of talked about this already, but there's definitely ways you can grab the audience to bring them to play this game a lot more, to make it more interesting, to have more want to play a game. At different opinions.
They're busy proofreading. They're proofreading still. They'll get back to you. Confidential.
The proofreading. The freaking proofreading. My goodness.
Proofreading.
Deity of Purrs, I think, was the example used on. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but yeah, it was like I think they fixed it here. Actually, let me look. Pulling it up now.
I think
they did. Deals damage equal to 4% of current HP, which is what we all assumed, but it was like deal 4 damage, and it was like what? Of what?
Which I think it was only doing. I think it was only doing. I tried it and it was doing nothing. So it may have only been doing 4 damage. I mean, I put it on my tournament bun set, and there are a lot of heals on that thing. Let me tell you, and I didn't do any damage.
That one has like the animation is like a purple. It's like a purple cat face on your opponent when it triggers. Because I was playing around with it, because regen rules, as we all agree on. Every single person on this call agrees that regen is awesome. So I was trying it out, and it seemed to be triggering pretty quickly. Like every, like maybe 6-7 seconds this time, and then like 6-7 seconds later, it seemed to be triggering quite a bit. How much damage it was doing, I don't know. But at least now they gave us a little percentage and told us what it is. Freaking proofreaders. Anyway.
I mean, a damage meter would be nice.
Yeah.
That would end all fights, really. Just everyone would just have to put up or shut up.
Yep. All right, so back to the tournament.
Yeah, I'm really glad that I have a new build that is unknown to everyone. So we might go a little bit further because it definitely complements the bun build, which me and Kaido are gonna do. So I should be able to knock everyone out as Cheetah and survive Cheetah as well as him, and progress pretty far.
Kaido, I feel like I saw him once. He's like a level 170 plus Dark Lord. When I saw him, is he Dark Lord or something else?
Oh no, he's Prophet.
He's Prophet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he swaps, I think, the Dark Lord to push PvE maybe, or he was trying it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's our top PvE ranked for levels at the moment on our server.
A mage?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right. Well,
I will. Let me double check that.
I was gonna say, give him a virtual high five for me. Good old VH5 for that. That's unthinkable to me. I don't know.
I'm also a top PvE player on my server as well.
I am number 2. I'm number 2 on mine, behind Choppa.
It is Kaido, and then Hollow, and then Code, Isu, and I'm 5th. Yeah. Yep. And Hollow is always a mage.
Yeah, I wanted to ask.
Hey, Hollow.
I messaged you. I want to ask. I have some questions for Hollow about his build. It looks interesting to me. I see it up in Legends. He was ranked pretty highly, and I was looking through Prophet builds, and I saw his, and I was like, what?
Yeah, that's the real Hollow too. That's not the fake one. That's the real Hollow.
I was like, what? Like, what? This goes against everything I've been taught and read and watched and learned. Not in like any insane way, but I was like, it's skill crit damage, then skill damage, then attack. But he's doing something different. So yeah, I wanted to pick his brain at some point. Bothered you about that?
You know what? That reminds me, like I'm not even there yet. When I get copycats. That's how I know I made it big. Yeah, no.
Hollow has a lot of fans. Yeah, Hollow has a lot of fans.
That's how you know you made it.
Hollow. You can't not like him. He's just so nice. But just message him. Send him a message. Reach out.
There's like 50 people named Hollow. I looked on the main Mushroom server. There's so many Hollows. I have no idea if it's the right one.
Just ask for the real one. Say, I'm looking for the real Hollow. Somebody will tag him.
Yeah, if like 3 of them are like, yeah, that's me. What's up?
That's how I felt trying to find code. There was like 10 codes on Discord. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah. and honestly, Code's answer probably would have been, I don't know. Go ask 8. Yeah.
Honestly, that was like I laughed out loud when I was like trying to find both of you, and I found you first, or at least you replied to me first, and I was like, "You know who Code? Which one Code is?" He's like, "Oh, that's my husband." I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me? The luck I had to be able to get 2 for 1."
Yeah, we started on the same server the same day. Yep.
All right. So
what are the?
Go ahead.
I was just about to ask, like, what are the other topics you got?
Oh, that's where I was getting to. So the third topic that we were going to talk about is tips for new players in this game. Just from our experience, what can we give them tip-wise? Obviously,
go Archer.
You know what I rather do? Because I feel like we did give a little bit top tips from the previous ones. Let's start our new segment, balling on a budget. Hey, you want to take the lead on that?
Balling on a budget right now?
Why not?
Or, jeepers, is there enough time? Balling on a budget.
Okay, let's go balling on a budget.
All right. Give me a dollar amount. What are we starting with? $20. You have a $20 budget. $20. I think $20 is
for the week.
No, for the month. We'll spend $20 for the month. I think that's I think that's a low. I think
I don't know about 20 Because
It's not unreasonable. Okay, so let's go with you have $20 to spend on a game. This is how I would spend $20.
Yeah, well, let's just do all the increments up to like maybe 100 and cap it there. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have $20 to spend. I'm gonna say like not as a brand new first day player. Somebody who has access. We have access to the Lucky Cat now. Let's be real. Every month we get a Lucky Cat.
Yeah.
So you spend $20 on the Lucky Cat. You buy the limited pack in the online shop. That gives you $4 extra for buying the limited pack with the bonus. So you have $24 now on your account. You spend in the Lucky Cat. You get 3 spins: $1, $5, and then a $10 spin. Let's say you get probably 1.5 on those. Usually they're pretty good odds. Usually 2 to 3. I've quite a few times on those. So an extra $1.50, an extra $2.50, an extra $5. So you have over $30 now. $30 for the month. I'd buy the feather pack. Let's see here. The feather pack. Definitely the monthly pack. I definitely buy the monthly pack because it comes with the extra lamp key and the extra red key. That's 30 keys for $5. I do like the mining pack. I really like the mining pack. Let's be real. All of that ore is just extra base stats. You get 20 extra picks and you get 50% extra mined ore. And you can auto mine. While it's not the most efficient,
I don't auto mine.
It is advised. It is advised to get the bonus and do it manual. Who has the time?
Yeah. Manual mining will give you better ore tickets. Whatever you're clicking for. But if you don't have time, you can manual mine and or auto mine. So let's see here. It's $25. And if you don't want the mining, I would get the battle pass instead. If you're content with just regular amount of ore, I would definitely get the battle pass, the $10 one, and you have an extra $1 there to get all of those extra keys, flame keys, and enhancement stones. That's how I would spend that money, and you'd probably have a couple extra dollars left over.
Ad free has to be first, right? No?
Oh, free what? Free ads? Absolutely.
Let's assume you already have it.
I was assuming that they probably already had. If they're spending $20 a month,
Fair. My bad.
Yeah, but I mean, $20 a month. You could. I know Quality Lovin'. He only spends $20 a month on his account and covers all of the passes. And as long as you do dailies, you keep up with your keys, parking, crops. It doesn't take much. You can stay ahead and keep up. You don't have to spend a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to add that.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I want to add that 8 has, for at least for the last few months, have been mostly almost free to play, and just that alone, he's still in legendary and still dominating, and that's just with a 3-month gap between our servers and theirs. So you're always going to be ahead of a large player base, and obviously some will catch up if they're buying out everything. But I think in the end, those who have the foundation and a good build are going to always win on top.
Yeah, I'm not free to play, but I don't buy every event item. I'm missing more than half of the artifacts. I think last month my including all of the bonuses and everything, I think I hit like a $400 cap and that was with all of the bonuses and the Lucky Cat and the gym spend, so much less than that, but it's possible. Like I said, you just have to be good for your power. You don't have to spend to be good. That money doesn't equate to I'm the best. Just be good for your power. Utilize the resources. Like you really have to be resourceful. There are things that you have to buy every single day. And that's it. Yeah, I really like the battle pass. The monthly pass for the keys. Having that, the lamp keys, get you all that gear advantage. 30 keys for $5 is a lot of keys.
So, speaking of lamp keys, that's something every day and then every week I was spending. I buy the 99 cent from the shop that gives you, you know, the 4 keys, and then which one is it called?
Selection
Uh,
pack.
well, that's what I was. That's what I was getting to. I think it's called the growth pack. Yeah, the growth pack one. I got all the
Yeah.
previous levels at different times, but I buy those two every day. And then what I've been doing, and this is what I talked to Woo about a little bit. I was like, "Hey, am I correct in buying like all of the lamp keys every week in the selection pack?" And he was like, I don't do that." And I was a little surprised. I just assumed everybody was doing that because the lifeblood of this game, right, is lamps and feathers. So it's like the more lamps that I'm burning through, the higher level I am, the better gear I'm getting, right? Um, sure, I'm always going to be behind in feathers compared to anyone on this call or, you know, anyone that's been playing before me, sure. But lamps I can at least control. So I wanted your all's thoughts on that. Like that uh I was a little surprised. Like, do you all buy the selection packs or no?
Yeah,
I did.
I did the exact same thing you did from the start, and people were always asking, "How do you have so much gold? How do you so much higher level? And like, how do you have eternal first? Like,
Oh, just
because
bought out everything.
and people and like a lot of people like they'll do the same. They'll buy the keys, but they don't use them. Like, oh, I'm saving them. Like, no, like you get a
Use
lot of
them.
gold from just using it. Yeah, you get more gold using it than you do just sitting stockpiling.
That was a
And
huge argument in our generation of server about saving lamps or spending that. Kersher and I
It
are the
seems
only
like
two that I think
down the
that
middle.
spent the lamps.
I spent every lamp. At times I would save a little, you know, save up to like these days I'm just too bored. Like I'm not going to run lamps every single day. I just run them like every 2-3 days. But um that was an argument. It's still an ongoing argument. Like, do you save right before you know, eternal, or do you not? The fact alone that you're getting lower level gear, like I saw people with like level 125. Who was it? Nye, if you're listening, he had like a level 125 piece of eternal. It was terrible, but I actually wanted it because it was like my favorite little hat or whatever. And I was like, I'm never gonna get that in eternal. But aside from that, there's no reason that I can think of like to just hoard lamps. Just use them, right? Like
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I would use them. I mean, you want to get to it. You want to be able to unlock the eternal as fast as possible. So just spend them.
So,
You'll get more. You'll get more to roll for eternal gear.
So here's the
Yeah.
only thing that when you wouldn't use them is if you're in the middle of upgrading the physical lamp, and let's just say you don't have enough
Yeah.
mods to speed up. That's the only time you wouldn't roll lamps. But otherwise,
I agree with that.
Doesn't matter if you get the 10k, 20k a day. Just roll them. It's going to be beneficial for you.
yeah, I'm glad I did too because people were like, "Well, do I use them or do I wait for the update where we get higher internal rate?" And it was when they added the pal drop rate and completely screwed over the internal rate or worse.
Use
I
them
was
now.
so glad I used them.
Yeah, I was talking with someone on my server about just that. Like I was getting frustrated. I think a good handful of people of us are frustrated where we're at now, lower than all of you, where it's like I hit eternal gear like high level 120s and I'm level 158 now, and I still don't have a complete skill crit regen set. I still don't have a complete skill crit stun set for eternal, and it's like okay, I don't remember exactly how many lamps that is if you do the math, but it's a lot. Like,
Do you want some perspective?
yes, please, because we were looking at all the top players and we're like, okay,
Yeah.
let's look at
Okay.
Zeko, full pal crit pal combo. What's his lowest
So-
level? It's like
So-
-9 levels or something.
So Code is level 181. He just got his last piece of counter crit gear this past week.
Jesus. Okay. All right.
So yeah, he was missing a chest the entire time since Eternal's been out. So there you go. I'm still missing 4 counter regen pieces.
I see.
And I'm level 179.
And I was trying to figure this out. I'm pretty sure it was with Choppa. Ryu. I don't know. He's always changing his name. RJU. Anyway.
We know about Choppa.
But we were talking like, okay, obviously Oris or going through Oris or going through Immortal or going through whatever Supreme, we got like full sets by the time we were done with them. And we've done so many more lamps, right? So many more. And it can't solely be because they completely polluted the pool, because they also upped our percentage rates. Like I don't know what lamp, but yeah, please tell me, please explain. I don't get it. How could at level 181 you're just getting your last piece? That's crazy to me.
Yeah. Well, and that's, it is because they added the PAL combo and the PAL crit.
It is solely that. Okay.
It is.
Yeah. I think our numbers guys said it was like they made it turn into like a 1 in 250 something thousand chance of getting a perfect piece because they added it.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Well, that makes me sad. But all right, it actually makes me feel better that I'm 8 out of 10 and 8 out of 10 on the 2 sets I care about, I guess.
Yeah, it's really not that bad. And like I said in the last pack, you just have to work with what you have, and that's it. Just make it work.
Fair to fair.
Yeah. I think I'm not sure what his chess piece was. It wasn't counter crit, but it might have been crit and skill crit. Something else that does damage. You just have to make something work. Just work around with what you have.
I just came to and I just like filtered for crit since I was already above 100% counter, and I just took whatever eternal crit. I think it ended up being crit and PAL damage, or PAL crit or something, as a placeholder until I get to crit. Because that HP and stats made a huge difference.
Yeah, and so many people are so just to have tunnel vision on the power number that power number doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You put on a piece of evasion gear and it's going to skyrocket. Yep. But you're going to be you're going to be garbage. Great. You're a high power level piece of garbage. Great.
I have I mostly a regen evasion set, like mostly evasion, just for the number next to my name in elite if I don't want to get hit. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Cool.
I messed around a little with the ghost thing, the ghost back piece, but it's not worth it, obviously. But yeah, I do keep one set of regen evasion just for that, because they bumped up regen evasion. I don't know what the update it was, but like the power number goes way higher if you put evasion or regen on a piece. I don't know why.
It's been like that since the beginning, and people are so just focused on that power number. Yeah, it's been like that. I don't know why, but it's been like that. So, a lot of players, well, I'm gaining all of this power. Should I swap this piece? And it might be, for instance, a warrior might be a piece that's counter and let's just say even counter combo. That's still going to be better than a counter evasion piece. It's going to be better. But the power number is going to be higher for the piece of gear with evasion. And a lot of players are so focused on that, but just toss it. It's okay if you're, for a lower power player, it's okay if you're 45 million. Be good for 45 million. You're going to be garbage at 50 and then cry that you're getting beat by somebody that's 40. Like, here, this is what you do. Don't cry later.
Yeah, Max.
But my power is so high. Yeah. But my power is so high. Why am I getting beat by somebody who's 15 million power lower than me? Because you didn't listen. Because you have, 80% of evasion and no counter.
Sorry, Crusher. I'm doing later duties, so like you.
What is
I already
going on?
gave the data plan. I was just walking through the house. Baby's got to go to bed.
So, I guess at this point, we kind of hit topic 4, which is just like free chat. Just kind of talk whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're kind of best at anyway. It's just hitting random topics.
Yeah.
Then staying on point.
Yeah.
So continue on.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for having me. I really had a blast. If I'm going to be a replacement for anyone, I'm happy it was Woo. I will take this opportunity, if you give me a couple seconds here, to just shout out everybody: Grumpy, Giraffic Sark, Buttercup, Choppa, some of our other friends that have left, Hawk and MJ, and all of them. Partner Buttercup, Keller has been helping out a lot, but hoping for good things, hoping for a good merge. I don't know when that's coming, but it feels soon-ish.
January
Thank you
13th
It'll
on
be
the calendar.
It'll be the 13th.
When is it?
The 13th.
January 13th.
January
Merge list
13th.
comes out
Shit.
merge list comes out Wednesday.
Wow. Okay. Well, hey, that's really soon. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
I wish you
No,
guys,
and
wish you guys the best of luck for that merge.
I kind of hope we get 89.
I think we would all be
89,
so
95. Any one of those stories would be beneficial.
we would be
Just not
stoked.
83.
Just straight up shit on 83. Poor deleted.
But yeah, anyway, yeah. Thanks for having me and thanks for doing this. I think it's a really cool show. It's always nice to hear everybody, other people's perspectives and people that are hard at the grind, and everybody has different motivations, different goals. But I think it's a fun game, and yeah, there's a lot of things that could be improved. But at the end of the day, if you're still having fun, that's what matters. And I think that there are ways to make the game fun that most people won't do. Like I'll use this example and then I'll shut the hell up because I talk way too much. But I keep notes, and I have always kept notes for Cross Arena. Every person I beat, every person I lose to, their name, their power level, or their level, their power level, their HP, their attack, if they're regen or not, their class, obviously, and then a maybe list. That's how I start every new Cross Arena. That is it's such a waste of time, and I'm well aware of it. I was actually really sad the first time I realized that I had to use no hits to stay in elite, and I was like, then why the fuck am I? Pardon my language. Why am I doing all this work? I realized it was the work itself that I enjoyed. Like, I like making those lists, and I like making little goals. Like, all right, I have to get my crit res. Like, I'm aiming for 3,000. I'm at 2,600 now. I can get to 3,000. That's gonna be huge someday. That's a North Star goal. Legendary. Oh, I'll get there someday. That'll be the North Star goal. Okay, 100 million power, blah, blah, blah. Having all these tiny little goals is what keeps me going, along with what 8Wide was saying earlier, which is just the friends you make, and you're cheering each other on in Brawl, or someone gets an unexpected kill in Sale, or I took down yeah, this happens. I'm not trying to feed your head anymore, but I took down Crusher in Parking Wars. He had 10 debuffs, but it doesn't matter. We don't say that part. But it's a combination of those things. It's the players that have these goals, the players that are there for their teammates, the players that are there for the family. Our family name is the best family name, by the way. I don't know if you all know it, but the best family name that has ever existed is family. That's our family name. That's how creative Grumpy is. He's awesome. Giraffic Sark. Anyway, sorry. I'll just keep ranting forever if you let me, so I'll stop here.
You can continue ranting on, but the only thing I will tell you about your notes, good luck when you get in the top 100, because everybody changes their names. They'll hit you.
Changes their names, changes their builds.
Yeah.
It's all
it's a mind game.
It's a circus.
Well, in 6 months when I get there, that's when all my nerd notes will help, because I'll keep expanding my nerd notes, and then I'll be able to look and say, oh, they have crit res 3133. I know exactly who that is.
I was going to say, just write down the UID. You're fine.
But you can't see it, their profile, when you hit their history.
That's true.
In history, you can't. Yeah.
Yeah, just make note of what server they're from. I mean, whoa! I don't know what that noise was, but yeah.
That's Crusher crying. That's okay.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I haven't known him that long, but he does cry a lot, I've noticed. I don't know what that's all about.
I do. I just get spanked and it hurts. I'm not used to it.
Anyway, thank you all very much. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely have you back. I mean, you definitely got some different aspect of the game. You look at it differently than most. I mean, just to follow up on what you were saying, the motivation part, literally the only thing that keeps me playing is probably this podcast, because I enjoy doing this. It's fun. I enjoy just sitting here just bullshitting and talking about the game.
Yeah.
That's probably my most motivation. The second one, I won't disclose really why, and the third one is just shit on Crusher, because he's got
Yeah. I'm glad I can keep you here.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, if I'm on someday in the future, I'll ask 8-Wide her motivations. But I think she already kind of mentioned it. The camaraderie and the friends and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's what keeps me going.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, they make it fun. They really do. So shout out to RAR, because I know some of you guys have been listening to it.
Shout out to you guys. I think it's cool for like us younger generations of servers. All right, younger generations that you guys are listening to us, and of course a lot of the influences from 8-Wide, but it's motivation. You know what I mean? And also, this goes a long way, because it's just like I was saying earlier before the podcast. It's about networking. We'll be able to help the younger generations, the newer servers, and this, that, and the other. So it's fun. It's insightful for those players.
Just so you don't make the same mistakes that we did when we started.
Yep, and I completely fucked up on Showdown. I can't even get in. Have fun, Kane. Shit.
Oh, Kane's your boy. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Kane's my boy.
I'm gonna stop hitting him in Elite.
You can hit him. He deserves it.
Oh, cheaper. Yeah. Code demolished the towers this week. His score, I think it was like 21 million.
How fast do you kill it? 8?
Who, me or him?
You, the relics.
The towers? Me? I think I'm like 8 seconds. Code, I think, was like 3 to 4.
3 or 4?
Yeah.
I'm at 4 seconds right now.
I will say my fastest was 5.
Do you put a PvP set on though, or like a tower set?
Yeah.
The PvE set, yeah, it's catered exactly for this one.
Oh no, that's just his PvP set with like the gorilla to run faster.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, we don't even put PvE sets on anymore, because we put on like glass cannon killing sets, and the other servers just farm us, or they sit there and bun and just waste our time. It's annoying.
95 is bunning me with like all their guys and surrounding me, and I'm just like killing them like nothing, and then just teleporting to where I need to go. They're not even slowing me down. I don't know. He's probably hiding if he is.
What's up?
We were asked if there's we're talking about the Showdown stuff.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Nah, you're good.
All right, guys. Well, is this are we wrapping it up?
I mean, unless there's any other topics you guys have thought about, we can definitely wrap it up.
No.
It's 8-Wide's good. Crusher.
We're all doing Showdown.
Yeah, I'll say I think we're all like concentrating on Showdown other than 8-Wide.
Yeah, I'm just drinking my seltzers.
Just
hanging out. Just doing hot girl shit. No, it's a ginger peach sparkling water seltzer.
Oh yeah, it still tastes like Static TV. I don't like seltzers.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't offering you any.
Wow. I'm offering myself some.
Oh, no, I don't have anything else to add.
Alright. Niiloc, appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks.
Such a short notice.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Dude, anytime y'all want me here, I'll be here.
We'll definitely keep that.
Yeah.
in
You
mind.
weren't kidding about that anytime. I said right now, and he's like, "All right, let's do this."
Yeah, all right. Anybody else? No, Niiloc did his shout out. I believe 8 Wide, you did your shout out for your alliance or your family.
Yeah, and if anybody has any topics or anything they want covered, more in detail, just shoot somebody a message and give us something to talk about.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Yeah. Give us feedback on a budget. Let's say you want more dollar amount, we can swell into more.
Absolutely. With daily things to buy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it spicy.
I'll do a couple little shout outs.
Maybe we'll pick the average. Go ahead, Max.
My shout out, it's gonna go towards Ron Bomb. You're still a piece of shit. No one likes you. Kane, you're a pain in my ass, but I love you, brother. And Bear, thank you for always being my backbone. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Ness. I miss you. I wish you'd come back to the game.
Ness does rule.
I almost got him back.
Yep, I hope Ness you come back to the game under a fresh start. Just let the shit roll.
Bring back that Nessie energy. Ness is cool.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be part of the podcast. Just kidding. You've been replaced. But it's fucked up. But I think at this
He's been replaced with somebody hotter.
Yeah.
Shout out to the girls.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna say
Again, the girls get it done.
Yeah.
The girls get it done.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Girls run the show. We know this.
For sure. So I guess
All right, guys.
Time to wrap it up. This is episode 6. Unfortunately, Born Rue wasn't able to join us. Hopefully, sometime in the future he will. I will do the scheduling because Crusher can't.
What?
Beyond that, Niiloc, thank you for coming along. 8 Wide, thank you as always for all your information.
Dude, my secretary was on hiatus. It took him forever to come back.
Whatever, brother. There, here we go. You move him out. So, anyways, I'll be back. Anyhow, make sure you like, subscribe, comment what you guys want us to talk about next. I am going to call out Zeke and Concrete. If you guys would like to join the podcast, we would be more than welcome with open arms to have you guys on here. Beyond that, I'm pretty sure that's it.
All right, later, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
Later.
Crusher used to have a big head.